Hey guys, it's your Ford Mustang here, and today we are going to be doing a full tour on the new South Beach expansion in Ultimate Driving as of December 2023 release. You can see on the mini map here that where I'm at now is not South Beach anymore. After all these years, since Westover came out in 2015 for the full map, this was South Beach, but now it has been renamed to Rodanthe. Why is this? Because South Beach was moved over into Maryland. And if you go further down past the South Beach airstrip, all of this below Route 508 has been part of the new expansion, as well as I-976, which has been long requested and in what is formerly known as Woodbury. But way down there, all the way at the end is South Beach. So we are going to go ahead and check that out. As of the new Rodanthe name, in what used to be South Beach, nothing has changed in this area. You can see we still have the same old gas station, all the houses, etc. And if we head south of the state border from Delaware on Route 12, you got a whole new version of South Beach, which is an actual coastal city now in the Ultimate Driving map. Anyways, let's exit the Rodanthe community and head over to the new map expansion in the South Beach area of Maryland in the Ultimate Driving Westover. As you reach the end of the airstrip, you'll be approaching the new expansion of the map, which includes all of South Beach and basically a whole big portion of Maryland. Westover is now playable in 2 states. Well, even though it has been a while just on Route 12 for a year, now you got a whole lot more to do in the Maryland area, the Westover map. And as you can see here, I'm entering a little coastal forest over here. Got some very nice trees and all sorts of leaves of green, light and dark, which gives a very welcoming vibe as you approach South Beach. Moving onward, you see that there is a bridge that covers sandy portion to reach back onto the grass. Meanwhile, we are coasting through the 2 sounds on each side, which are channels of water. You got the Westover Island sound on the left and the Rodanthe sound on the right, making this a great island to coast or drive your way to the beach. And on the left over here, you can see a new trail is starting to form. Progress further and you'll notice that there is an oil refinery here. This is the same oil refinery that used to be in Woodbury, was formerly known as that, now Westover. Now they've moved it right outside of South Beach. And if you move along further, you can see you got a pretty view of the beach with the Rodanthe Sound right there. Great opportunity to take pictures if you want. But as you go on to the other side where this trail ends, you can see that it has all of the oil refinery specifications that you're looking for, including the warehouse, all of the barrels, the stairs, all the ladders, all the pipelines, everything you expect in an oil refinery, which pretty much looks exactly the same as they used to have it in Westover, formerly Woodbury. Now leaving the oil refinery, we progress further onwards, and you could see that trees get even more tropical and very colorful. Like, I could just enjoy driving through this all day if I wanted to. plenty of excellent photo opportunities. You can see some different elevation in the sand in contrast to the grass on an elevated hill. All on nice curves. Pointed Pies has done an excellent job making this a scenic roadway to the beach, which adds a lot of joy in doing a beach roleplay, as you can admire the scenery just before you head into the city. And now you can see that the trunk colors change from brown to white, and you are now approaching the city of South Beach. And you can see some new roads over on the other side of the Westover Island Sound. But we'll check that out later in the video. Now, there are plenty of things you can do in South Beach. You can either drive on the sand, you can take amazing photos, and just hang out in the water, or you can do crazy role plays in the water, like surfing, even though you can't physically do that in Avatar. It's always good to pretend. You can just casually swim in the water, enjoy your day, build sandcastles. You can do all of that. Now, you head over into the city and you got a lovely boardwalk. And you can see that there are prop houses, which we'll check out later in the video. But you can see we have a pit stop gas station. It's great to have in every town. Any ultimate driving map. We've got Kensington Road and Maryland Avenue. Over here, houses. And then you got all the businesses around here in which you can come in and do role plays. You can take photos of Rodanthe Sound in the beach as you're driving along as well. Boardwalk. Let's go over the businesses. We've got Woodbury frozen yogurt, Horizon Sour, which is fictional for Verizon. We've got a little movie theater over here. We've got some prop residential buildings. We got South Beach Boardwalk Tees. So you can pretend that you're buying merchandise and all sorts of shirts. Holly's Fries and Shakes. We've got Forever 22. Some of these are familiar in Kensington, but you get the beach vibe even in South Beach as you're in Maryland. You got Connecticut Avenue. You got Sophisticated Shop, which it's just a seafood shop, and you can buy fish. We got a little warehouse here. Got more cartoon buildings, which I know you do notice that for a fact they have fictional windows and doors that's all cartoon. And got Blue Lobster over here. Got the flip side, which it has a burger logo. I'm not sure what that place is mainly known for, but I do know they have that in Kensington. Probably a big restaurant or another clothing store. Who knows? But I got you a little plaza here, which we can go ahead and check that out very quick. You know, you got your traditional plaza, same things as you got in Kensington. Everything here is familiar, so I don't think I really need to go over those. But some of these, like Big B Pizza, are great for beach vibes. You got your little skyscraper here. Then you got Pennsylvania Avenue, which I find it very neat on the other side. It curves over to the city. And then, you know, you got some more buildings. House over there. All sorts of neat little stuff. Got WO Hotel when you go on Delaware Avenue. And then you got your complex, which is familiar in Palm Shores. Yeah, it's basically all of the buildings here in South Beach. And then it curves, which has a very neat element for a beach community. I think it reminds me of Cape May when the beach goes ahead and curves if you're on the southern tip of New Jersey. In this fictional map, you're on the southern tip of Maryland. I find that to be really cool. They get to have that vibe. Very nicely arranged for a beach environment. Personally, I think this is a very nice touch for a beach vibe environment, especially when you're on the southern tip of a state. You don't get this in any of the other ultimate driving cities. But move on to little interchange you have there with Route 12 north, and then Interstate 976, which is also northbound with Route 5 in Penelope. We're going to go ahead and check that out later. See, we'll go on the roundabout here. See how the lanes that they have are very thick and gives a very nice vibe for a coastal city. I think what makes a city well established here, especially for interchanges such as a roundabout. Point to Price did an incredible job to detail. So you got 3 trees on the roundabout here and glass. You have a very similar vibe to what you have in Cape Penelope, except you have multiple lanes here, and it's on more of a curved portion, and you're on top of an interstate wall, which gives it a very nice view and different change compared to the other towns. It's like if you were to go ahead and sail across the ocean. It looked very fascinating. But moving on to the roundabout we have at the southern end of South Beach, move on to this little intersection we have over here, which you have the 2 lanes which lead to Delaware Route 12 north to Rodanthe, which we were there earlier, and you know that that's going to curve back to where we were at before. And then we got Union Street, which is we got all the houses. So briefly, I'm going to go ahead and go over this part of the South Beach map. So on Route 12 north, a couple of houses as you're coming by, with this one having a little driveway sheltered view of your car. And more houses. I just wish that these houses weren't shaded as much, and that they have a smaller tree. But moving aside, you see some lighter, more visible color houses with dark saddles. And then, as you approach the end of this section, you are back in the city, which, in reference, goes to the curve that I was talking about earlier. Now let's head on to Union Street to check out the houses. Now heading on to Union Street, where you would go straight, pass by a couple of these buildings. You got a little street which, interesting enough, has a couple of smaller houses, and get a view where right at the end, it's like a little dock that you have, except it's not actually, it looks more like a ramp that you get to just drive on and do stuff. But maybe in the foreseeable future, this will get converted into a dock at the end. I hope that's the case. I think they might have one of those at the other side of the city. And what's also funny to mention is that you got a little taser right there for Delaware Route 5 North. And we'll get into more in depth about that later. Right here, you see, gotta love your houses. At least they have brighter color contrast than it was before. You know, there's still some sense of shadows around them. Somewhere in the middle, you get lots of overshadowing, which, you know, I'm not really that big of a fan, if you ask me. It's like you have to turn your headlights to really see the house, and I think the shadowing just needs more tweaking, and then you'll look amazing. As you move on, you know, you got more of these prop houses. Go ahead, turn around. One thing I did wish, though, that these houses were actually houses you can go into. I don't know why they're prop houses. Probably to better optimize the game on mobile. I hope this is just a temporary thing, just until 22 Pilots can just like figure everything out for, you know, like South Beach and its optimization for mobile and PC devices. Over here, you got a road that leads to the other island here from Westover Sound, which in return leads over Interstate 976 and heads over to Route 5. Which you can see it's currently closed, but like I said, we'll get more into that later. So now, let's go ahead and leave from Georgia Avenue, that this road is called. It's part of South Beach. And Union Street becomes a regular road from a 2-lane highway. And you just got some backs of buildings. Got a little warehouse there. 2 of them, actually. You know, then you got the postal service building for South Beach. You got more of these houses. And, oh, what is this? You got bigger houses, which you can pretty much say they are mansions. Now, oddly enough, they don't appear to have any garage, and they're just underneath these like arches which you can't go through. But you can go on the top of these houses. I don't think you can get into them, but you know, they have like such amazing architects. Of course, these are more well lighted. Another structure there, instead of these arches, you have ones in triangles that you can go under, and you know, another where you can like look out of or jump through them. And then you got, you know, stairways. I don't know why these houses are all props. Maybe for optimization, but dang. That would be great if it were to have these structures and you can go inside them. Perhaps this is a taser and 22 Pilots is working on that. Chances are he's just working on a couple of these maps, and then soon he'll make these houses accessible where he can go inside. But the architecture on these houses are just amazing. Hopefully in the foreseeable future we'll be able to go inside of them. That would be great and convenient, especially for beach role plays, or just to hang out with friends in general. And then you got the back here. Very nice. Perhaps these triangles are just tasers for actual drivers. But moving aside from that, got other houses that look similar. Here's one on a diagonal angle, as you can see over here. Got all of these houses. Basically have 2 structures. One of these arches, which are completely dark, and you can't really do anything to go in, and you have to jump over them as well. Versus these houses over here that have multiple different rows of steps. It has a very interesting structure. They can go up them. It's like they angle up and around. It just looks amazing, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and not fixate too much on these houses for any longer. We're on Philadelphia Street. It's amazing luck that I got to these big houses. And then you move on to smaller houses, followed by Kensington Road, which is another road that goes around South Beach a little bit. But yeah, you just got your animated houses props there. Nothing new. But that's pretty much the whole residential area of South Beach. Let's go ahead and check out Kensington Road. So over here on Kensington Road, see you got a little scenic roadway, and what's this? This actually leads over to the Westover Island. This is actually Route 8 in Delaware, which in all prospects, that's a very rural scenic road. Another one like Route 12, but in a different facet. You don't see any sand there, but rather some more fields there and some little dirt hills. And you got some more animated houses, longer driveways. Yeah. These roads remind me very much of going into Wildwood and Cape May, New Jersey on the way there. I guess you got more prop houses. Hopefully, they'll be accessible. At least some of them. Because we know like all servers can hold 30 people at the moment. And if it turns out that it is laggy, have all these houses there, then maybe I can understand why some of them would be props. Got a nice mountainous view. It's iconic how you're right by a mountain and it becomes a beach. You don't really get that anywhere else in Ultimate Driving, but just look at all the trees and especially the sunset. That makes it just look absolutely amazing in the distance. But yeah, moving on. You got a farm over here. And then more houses. And what's this? Seems like you can have chicken cages or maybe for other things. Have a little off-road parking area there. This is basically the new farm location since they removed it from what was formerly Woodbury. And they made it even better, too. And of course, you got your little windmill over in the corner. This is probably the new destination where you get to carry over animals. And with those animals, also known as livestock, definitely a lot you can do around here. And you see you got more windy road. Followed by the Kensington Cargo Hub. So this is where it leads off to. Very cool how they have this connected to South Beach. And then you intersect with routes 508 and Newark County 3. Right here. Where you see the intersection of familiar Jimmy's Diner. I think we should have another one of these in South Beach, as it would be a great addition for breakfast. I know I haven't made a video in over a year with Route 508 or anything like that in the city expansion because of my hiatus, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with Route 508 and Newark County 3. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Interstate 976. So now we're heading into what is known as Interstate 976. Interstate 976 has actually been in Ultimate Driving for over a year in the Westover map. However, it was comically short as it only spanned across Westover towards its southern end from the 76 US 40 interchange. You just go past Westover and right here it would used to end. That's how short it is, but now it's an exit. This goes over Route 508, which goes by Cape Penelope, and we'll go down there later and talk about Route 5. But as you see now, it's an exit. It leaves signage of Westover, Kensington, and it makes a stop on Route 3, which you can get off of Route 3 and instantly get on Route 508 within a short matter of time. Well, it's a little bit of distance, but not too much, so you can easily just turn on here and get where you need to go. The beauty of that too is over here you can get on the 976 North, which is very nice. That way you have both directions. Coming on our end, you got your typical looking exits, and that dives right down there. Moving further, you can see that you have very rural, but yet it's a different feel of interstate. I-76 is mostly just going across the bridge now. But this, I like the way how it's set up. It's like you could still go pretty fast, but then it's like you got to slow down a bit and tackle some of these curbs and get in a mostly forested area, which I feel like we need that for an interstate Westover map. Just give it a different vibe. See, I'm going across at 160 miles an hour. I'm not really having any problems here. Yeah. You get a nice sense of the Appalachian Mountains, all within short proximity of the ocean. Now, it's very neat how they have this set up. Thank 22 pilots. Look at this. You see that there is an upper level if you're traveling northbound. Travel southbound and get the lower level over here. That is something I find very neat. It can easily take a very nice mountain view when you're on the northbound too. The southbound here, but I think when you're on the northbound you can get a really good thumbnail of what you see all of this rock, which is very familiar from where I live in real life, that sometimes on the interstate some locations you have this rock there because they had to blow up the mountain in order to create an interstate. It's a very lovely sense of architecture they have in Ultimate Driving. Move on from a little mountain curve there. Drive further on to more forest here. A rural way to grind, I say. And it's a pretty similar concept. Seems like over here we're on the upper portion now, southbound, and you're lower northbound. Go across the bridge. driving along here. I really don't know what to say. Because all you have is like interstate, but unique curves and a new interstate system of mountainous views that you don't get on Interstate 76. I really like this. In fact, I would rather be grinding on an interstate where there are mountains than on an interstate where you just have a bridge and oceans with some beats on it. This is grinding but on a whole nother level with scenery. This has to be a new alternative route that you can take in order to make, money, miles, and XP. Very nice way to take a break from all the ocean there. Not only that, but Interstate 976 will be a very new vital part that we have for the Ultimate Driving map. The reason I say it's vital because it connects from Westover all the way to South Beach in a way where it can go from one city to another, unlike Interstate 76. And the benefits of that, well, can make trucking easier. You have a shorter distance and a scenic one too. I'm sure truckers will enjoy that. Same thing with transit. From city to city, you'll need a efficient route to get people along, whether if it's NPCs or real players. Here we got Delaware Route 5, which is closed now. Now you're seeing all sorts of tasers that I'm saving for the end of the video. And finally, after you get all of this scenic roadway, you now reach the end of Interstate 976, to where you see the circle that we were there earlier in South Beach. It may also make it great for highway traveling, or even the police and firefighters if you have to travel from Westover to South Beach. This interstate serves as a new economic hub for the Ultimate Driving Westover map. And it's going to be very good because this is the most popular map out of all of the Ultimate Driving maps. Now, a lot of you are wondering, why is Delaware State Route 5 closed? Well, that's because 22 Pilots has said it's not finished yet, as he wanted this update to be released in time for Christmas. However, he did say that he is going to be working on finishing the map. You can see we're going on the exit here. If it's on I-976, this is the only side you can access it on, and you go out the other side. It may very well be the case for when Delaware State Route 5 is actually open. If we move up further over here, we have these cones, which basically shows that Delaware State Route 5 is closed and you can't do anything about it other than knock some barrels down. So that's how it is for now. I'll definitely show you the other side here. And very soon we're going to go ahead and cover Georgia Avenue, which I forgot to do that early on in the video. So I'll go ahead and take care of that afterwards. In addition to that, 22 Pilots also said that he's going to be adding more team facilities into South Beach, and he's also going to work on the homes, which could very well mean that the homes in South Beach may have actual interiors that I can load into, as well as adding more populating. Or maybe it could just mean adding more props. We can't tell for certain, but still would definitely be one or the other. It does seem possible that we might have houses you can access, which hopefully that is the case. And also something I'd like to add here as I was driving off of 976 is If the exit comes from Delaware State Route 5, you have 3 lanes coming out on that side and 2 from this side. Delaware State Route 5 is also known as Bluffside Highway, as you saw the signage back there across from Georgia Avenue. We're going to go ahead and show you the other end of the closed portion, and then we'll go ahead and cover Georgia Avenue before we end off the video. So over here, when you go into Cape Henlopen and you are on the bridge over Interstate 76, you'll see that there's no longer an empty parking lot at the end there. Now you see some road that leads to a opened bridge, it looks like, and you go past sand dunes all on the side on Cape Henlopen Beach, and just go straight and see some more formally styled South Beach houses, are now known as Rodanthe houses. At the end, you'll see that there is a drawbridge at the end. So a little taser that there's going to be a drawbridge. And you'll see that on the other side, there will be a whole neighborhood of houses. Hopefully those are the accessible houses in which they do look like they are, which is a hopeful sign. I can at least walk on the bridge and give you guys a better view. You can see the whole neighborhood from there. But further onwards, the rest of the route is closed. As you can see, can fade visible through the ocean, even though it's all part of floating there. But yeah, that's the other side of Delaware State Route 5 for you so far. I can't wait to make a video on this once the road is open. So along the way, I found a neighborhood of houses that are prop buildings right outside of Westover. If you head on to Route 508, juncture by I-976. Go ahead and make a right. Over here, you'll see that there is a whole neighborhood of prop houses. Kind of look more like Westover houses, except they're smaller. Yeah, you got a pretty big neighborhood right here. And you can see the exit from Interstate 976, followed by more prop houses. I'm just going to go very quick so you guys get a feel for what it's like. Gotta cover every bit of area that's in the new expansion, you know? But yeah, if you just continue, you got a couple of streets of houses, and keep going along the curve, and then it just reaches a dead end, actually. Alright, on to the final scenic road in the video, Georgia Avenue. So, on side leading to Bluffside Boulevard at Delaware State Route 5, this road gives very much of a Delancey George vibe. See that there's a lot of twists and turns here. Very scenic and beautiful though. Can provide many great photo opportunities there as well. See, this road goes like a little snake. Left and right. Really reminds me of Delancey Gorge, except this may actually be a little more hardcore, low key. we drive, you can see you have a very close view of Interstate 976. Although, just go over it as a bridge, there's no exit to this. And it happens sometimes. I go over that. And to the left and right, you see a little river stream. Going along there to the right. This is very relaxing. Wow. Great photos. This actually is also a great reminder of the one road in Odessa too. Very similar. Then once you get over all of these curves, you see some birch trees there. Go over the bridge and boom, you are in South Beach. From the little neighborhood of houses right there. Arguably, this has to be the most scenic road in Ultimate Driving. Because not only get plenty of photos, twists and turns, but it's like very hardcore, and plus it has a little stream and it's very forested too. This is an absolutely beautiful example of a mountain road in Ultimate Driving. And I give 22 Pilots praise for his work over this. Quite frankly, you do have some of these in Odessa, and especially Dynasty Gorge, and what used to be Botana Dam. But dang, this is something that everybody will definitely enjoy. In conclusion, this has to be the best Ultimate Driving update that has ever happened in a year. There weren't many updates, but it has now been proven, and even 22 Pilots has said itself, that this map update has rejuvenated his love for developing Ultimate Driving maps, which is great to see. Considering like how inactive it was, he appears to be a lot more passionate with developing updates, especially map updates in Ultimate Driving. And these upcoming maps are all something to look forward to, like Delaware State Route 5, and he's even going to combine Newark and Odessa in a separate slot. You know how epic that is? Interstate 976, although it might not be a replacement for Interstate 76, it's definitely a good alternative if you go ahead and take your time, give some practice along the curbs, and then once you've done enough practice, it definitely become a great grinding alternative route for you, and a more scenic one too. Makes it a hardcore and more exciting grinding route than the ocean there. This is definitely a great road for those who want to challenge yourselves with high speeds and turns. And also, the South Beach, yeah, that was an amazing job done too. This update is great. Plenty of people, including OGs that haven't played this game in a while, are very happy to see the results. And it's very possible that a lot of OGs may come back to play this time to time for exciting updates to come. And there are a lot of scenic roads too, which personally now make Westover great in every way. For the most popular map, you now have a dash of everything. Anyways, that's going to be it for the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video very much. You may like this video, comment in the box below for your thoughts about the update. Feel free to join my Discord server located in the description. And feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications for more ultimate driving maps like this in the future. Anyways, I'll see you around in the next video. Peace.